Welcome to Mathematics Mastery with Bethel, your mathematics teacher. Ready to conquer maths? Let's get started. Welcome to Bethelmatics Academy. So today I want to take you through trigonometry. Trigonometry has to do with how the sides of a triangle relate with its angles. The aspect of trigonometry I want us to look at today is basically understanding what is quadrant and how to measure angles up to second and third revolution. What is quadrant? If this is a circle that has been divided into 4 equal parts, then each portion of this circle is called a quadrant. So this first portion of the circle is called a first quadrant. While here is called the second quadrant, this place is called the third quadrant, and this place is called the fourth quadrant. Okay, so another thing I would like you to note is this is our quadrants. When measuring your angle, we always start from line OX. When we sweep through this way, that is, when we sweep through anti-clockwise direction, then our measurement is positive. Measure through this direction, our measurement is in anti-clockwise direction and it is positive. So it is positive. We are measuring in anti-clockwise direction. And if we measure from OX, this other direction, we are going clockwise direction. And our measurement in that case is negative. Let's say we want to measure line OP, and we go through this direction, then our measurement is negative. And this is clockwise direction. Okay, so let's take some examples to illustrate better what I've just explained. So example number 1 says, what quadrant does P lie in, given that the angle between line OP and line OX is A plus 130 degree, B minus 150 degree, C minus 310 degree. Okay, solution. So for question number A, theta is equal to plus 130 degree. So this is positive. So the first thing we need to do, we draw our quadrants, and then this is our O, and this is our X, this is our Y, and this is our minus Y, our negative X. Of course, you know that in the first quadrant, from line OX to line OY is 90 degree. From here to here is 90 degree, from here to here is 90 degree, from here to here is 90 degree. Okay, so, and what we are given is plus 130. Remember, from OX, if we go anti-clockwise direction, that is positive. And from OX, if you go clockwise direction, that is negative. So let's go. So this is 130 degree. And from here to here is 90 degree. And from here to here is 180 degree. So definitely 130 degree has crossed 90 degree. It has crossed the first quadrant. And we're already in the second quadrant. And because this angle is more than 90 degree, but less than 180 degree, definitely we are in the second quadrant. So it means that OP is here. So from here to here is 130 degree, and it is positive. So what it simply means is that line OP lies in the second quadrant. So our answer is second quadrant. So let's take example B. Example B, we are told that theta is equal to minus 150 degree. The next thing to do is to draw our quadrants. When measuring our angle, we start from line OX. If we go clockwise direction, that is negative. And if we go anti-clockwise direction, that is positive. Okay, so this is minus 150 degree. From here to here is minus 90 degree. From here to here is minus 180 degree. So what it simply means, if from here to here is minus 90 degree, and from here to here is minus 180 degree, then it means that minus 150 degree lies in this quadrant. Remember, we measured this direction. Remember, we measured this direction. So this is minus 150 degree. So it means our OP lies, this is first quadrant, second quadrant, so this is third quadrant. So it simply means that our line OP lies in the third quadrant. So question number C, we are given that theta is equal to minus 310 degree. So we draw our quadrants. We are dealing with when theta is equal to minus 310 degree. Okay, so from OX, we move negative direction, that is clockwise direction. So we go OX, we go, this is minus 90 degree. From OX to here is minus 180 degree. From OX to this place is minus 270 degree. Therefore, if you are talking about minus 310 degree, that means it lies in the first quadrant. That means we go this direction, and this is minus 310 degree, which lies in the first quadrant. Okay, so let's take example number 2 to explain further how to measure angles in their various quadrants. So this is question number 2. We are asked to express each of the following negative angles as its equivalent positive angle between 0 and 360 degree. Okay, so the first one, A, we are given that theta here is equal to minus 60 degree. Okay, so the next thing to do is to draw your quadrants minus y. We are given minus 60. So, of course, remember, negative angles we measure clockwise direction. So this is OX, and since it's not up to minus 90, it means we are still within the fourth quadrant, of course. So we measured like this, and this is minus 60 degree. So that means like OP lies within the fourth quadrant. Okay, so we want to know what is the positive equivalent of minus 60 degree. All we need to do is to measure from OX, and we go in the positive direction and until we come here. Of course, this is fourth quadrant. If this is 60 degree, what remains here is what? 30 degree, because if from here to here is 90 degree. If from here to here is 60 already, definitely from here to here is 30. So let's now go ahead and get what is the positive equivalent of this angle. So let's go. From here to here is 90 degree plus 90 degree. From here to here is plus 180 degree. From here to here is plus 270 degree. Remember, here this remaining space is 30 degrees, since here is already 60. So therefore, from here to here, we now say 270 plus 30 degree. That will give us 300. So that means 300 degree. So that means minus 60 degree is equivalent to 300 degree. So this means that minus 60 degree is equivalent to plus 300 degree. So plus 300 degree is the positive equivalence of minus 60 degree between 0, for angles between 0 and 360 degree. Then, question number B. Question B says theta here is equal to minus 270 degree. So the same thing, first of all, we draw our quadrant. So this is remember, this is minus, we're going clockwise direction. So from OX to here is minus 90 degree, to here is minus 180 degree, and to here, wow, just exactly on the line OY is minus 270 degrees. So this is it. So this is our P is also here. So this is our line OP. Okay, so let's get the positive equivalence. Then we have to go from here to meet it there too. So this is plus 90 degree. So it simply means that minus 270 is equivalent to plus 90 degree. So the positive equivalence of minus 270 degree is plus 90 degree. Okay, so let's quickly do the example number C. We're given minus 7 degree. So we're looking for the positive equivalence of minus 7 degree. So what I just have to do is to draw my quadrant. Okay, so minus 7 degree, of course, minus 7 simply means minus 7 degree is not up to minus 90 degree. So definitely we start from here. Remember, negative is clockwise direction. So it means we just land in the very fourth quadrant. So it means that from here to here is minus 7 degree. So let's now get the positive equivalence. We go from here to here, 90 degree, plus 180 degree, plus 270 degree. Now, if this is 7 degree, 90 minus 7 will give us 83 degree. That means from here to here is 83 degree. And so remember, from here to here is 90, 180, 270. Then from here to here becomes 270 plus 83 degree. That will give us plus 353 degree. That means that the positive equivalence of minus 7 degree is equal to plus 353 degree. So that is it. So let's go to the next example to illustrate further how to measure angles in the various quadrants. All right, so this is example number 3. We are asked to express each of the following as an angle which lies between 0 and 360 degree. When they say 0 to minus 360
it simply means that our angle will be positive.
Negative. So, but from 0 to 360 degree, that is one complete revolution. Okay, so let's get started. A, theta here is equal to 400 degree. So, we draw our quadrant to guide us. For you to measure from 0 to 360 degree, you are actually going in an anti-clockwise direction. That is to say, you are going this way. Theta here is equal to 400 degree. It means that this is already more than one revolution, because for one revolution, you have 360 degree. So anything more than 360 degree, between 360 to 720 degree, you are already in the second revolution. That is to say, you have completed one full cycle and you are going again the second time. Then wherever the angle stops us, then we will know that we are in that very quadrant, and then we can make a conversion. Then we can tell what is its equivalent between 0 and 360 degrees. So let's do this one. So this is 400 degree. So we start from line OX. So from here to here is 90 degree plus 90 degree. This is plus 180. This is plus 270, and this is plus 360. So this is already one complete revolution. But if you remove 360 from 400, that is to say 400 degree minus 360 degree, because we have already made one complete revolution. We are going to have 40 degree. So what we are left with for our second revolution is 40 degree. So let's continue from where we stop. Of course, 40 degree will land us just within the first quadrant. So we are here. So it means our OP lies within the first quadrant. Now, for us to get the equivalence of 400 that lies between 0 and 360, we'll go back to line OX and measure from line OX to line OP. That is to say, our interest is just from here to here. We want to know what is the equivalent of 400 degree within the first revolution. That is to say, 400 degree is already in the second revolution. So, but within the first revolution, where can we locate line OP? Okay, of course, you know, from here to here is 360 degree. Remove 360 from 400, we have 40 degree. It simply means that from here to here is 40 degrees. So that means, simply means that from there to there is 40 degree. Because how do we get it? We made the first revolution 360 degree. We remove 360 from 400. What remains is 40 degree. From OX to OP is just 40 degree. So it means our answer is 40 degree. So therefore, 400 degree is equivalent to 40 degree. Of course, if you want to verify, if you punch in your calculator sine 400 degree, whatever answer it gives to you is what sine 40 degree will give to us. Okay, so let's take example number B. So in question number B, we are given that theta here is equal to minus 420 degree. Okay, we draw our quadrants. Clockwise direction measures negative angle. So we go from here to here is minus 90 degree, minus 180, minus 270, minus 360. So that is one complete revolution already. So we have made one complete revolution minus 360 degree. So we come here, we remove 420, we say 420 minus 360 degree. Please forget about the minus sign. We just want to subtract to know what remains for our second revolution. So forget about the minus sign for now. So 420 minus 360 will give us 60 degree. So permit me to put negative sign here because we are still dealing with anti-clockwise measurement of angles. So this is minus 60 degree and we are left with minus 60 degree. Of course, minus 60 degree will not exceed the fourth quadrant because from here to here is minus 90 degree. So since what we are left with is minus 60 degree, so we are going to land in the fourth quadrant. So it simply means our line OP. So this is the original minus 420 degree. So for us to know what is its positive equivalence that lies between 0 and 360 degree, we'll go back to line OX because that is our starting point. And we'll go from here to here is 90 degree. From here to here is 180 degree. So from here to here is minus 270 degree. Remember, if from here to here is minus 60, that means what we are left here is minus 30, that is 30 degree. So that means this is minus 270 already. So from here to here, remember this is 270, so 270 plus 30 that remain will give us 200, will give us 300 degree. So it simply means that the positive equivalence of minus 420 degree is equal to plus 300 degree. So I believe that with this video, you have understood your quadrants and how to measure angles in their various quadrants. So in my next video, I'm going to be showing you how to convert any angle given to you into an acute angle in their various quadrants and expressing them as whether they are negative or positive trigonometric ratio. Thank you for watching. I believe you have learned something from this very lesson. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do well to hit the subscription button because more detailed content, more well-explained lessons will be dropping right on this very channel. Do well to like the video, drop a question for me in the comment section if you have any, and then you can share this video with friends or those you know that are really struggling trying to understand this topic, this concept. Thank you so much. See you in my next video.